I'm Jessica Blackbird. Welcome to my channel. Please like, share, and subscribe. To dailymail.com. The mom of the Ohio girl, 10 years old, who was forced to get an abortion in Indiana after being violated by illegal migrant, says daughter is fine and defends the suspect. The mother says everything they say against him is a lie. Wow. The mother of a 10-year-old Ohio girl who was violated and impregnated by an illegal immigrant has denied the charges, despite the suspect admitting to the crime. The woman, who declined to identify herself, claims her daughter is fine after being forced to travel to Indiana to get an abortion. The procedure was barred in their home state due to the so-called heartbeat bill, which bans abortions after the fetal heartbeat is detected. Gerson Fuentes, 27 years old, of Guatemala, confessed to violating the young girl. However, her mother alleges everything they're saying against him is a lie. Fuentes was arraigned on Wednesday in Columbus, where he faces a charge of felony first-degree violation of a child under 13. His bail was set at $2 million. I mean, what would make this mother take the side of the person who R-worded her? And you guys, I'm saying violated instead of R because the R word, because YouTube is very highly against that. And I've, already gotten some reprimands about my language. So every time I need to use the R word, I'm going to say violated. The mother, I'm going to read this again. The mother of a 10-year-old girl who was violated and impregnated by an illegal immigrant has denied the charges despite the suspect admitting to the crime. The woman, who declined to identify herself, claims her daughter is fine after being forced to travel to get an abortion. How is this 10-year-old baby fine after going through something so horrific? Being violated in that way, and then secondary to that, being violated again to have an abortion. And knowing that something was growing inside of her because of what happened to her. I mean, a 10-year-old baby. I wonder what the mother knows that she's not saying about, was she in a relationship with this guy? Is that why she's taking his side? Because as I said in my video about the poor little 2-year-old baby that was murdered in Houma, Louisiana and put in a trash can, lots of these women, they take the boyfriend's side against their own helpless children. I wonder if that's what's going on. Back to the article. The procedure was barred in their home state due to the so-called heartbeat bill, which bans abortions after a fetal heartbeat is detected. Gerson Fuentes, 27, of Guatemala, confessed to violating the young girl. But like I just said, the mother says that it is a lie. Wow. Telemundo reporter Maria Vargas Peon visited the Columbus residence where the 10-year-old victim and her mother allegedly lived on Wednesday. A woman claiming to be the girl's mother hid behind her front door, and she defended Fuentes. Did the girl live here as well? Vargas Peon asked. The woman, speaking in Spanish, replied, "Yes, but she's fine. Everything that they're saying against him is a lie." And the child, are you related to her or her mother? The reporter probed. "She's my daughter," the mother answered. The woman reportedly said She has not filed charges against Fuentes, even though he was charged with the violation after confessing to having vaginal contact with the girl on at least 2 occasions. If this is true, you guys, I feel my stomach flipping, literally. The girl recently celebrated her 10th birthday, leaving investigators to suspect she was only 9 years old when she was violated and later became pregnant. Police were made aware of the girl's pregnancy through a referral by the Franklin County Child Services that had been made by her mother on June 22nd. She underwent a medical abortion in Indianapolis on June 30th. Columbus Police Detective Jeffrey Hoon, who testified at Fuentes' arraignment Wednesday, claims the girl named the Guatemalan resident as her attacker and the father of her child. He also testified that DNA evidence collected from the clinic in Indianapolis will be tested against samples taken from Fuentes. And so, if the DNA from the fetus matches this guy, they'll be able to tell if he's the father. If it is a match, he did it. If it isn't, then they have to continue to look for who did it. So we'll be on top of this to see if he's the violator. Officials are also testing DNA collected from the child's siblings in an attempt to confirm who fathered the fetus. Wow. The case has been under scrutiny by Ohio officials, specifically Attorney General Dave Yost, since it first made national headlines earlier this month. The Indianapolis Star, an Indiana-based publication, reported on July 1st that a little girl had to cross state lines to receive an abortion because she was denied one in Ohio. This is so sad. So sad. Additionally, an Indiana Department of Health filing obtained by Fox on Thursday revealed that the Indianapolis physician, Dr. Caitlin Bernard, reported the girl's alleged violator was approximately 17 years old. So you guys, it was reported by the doctor who examined the child, the first doctor to examine her, that the R word, the violator, was 17 years old. So this guy's 27. I mean, it's kind of a mystery until they test the fetus. The child, the 10-year-old, was 6 weeks and 3 days pregnant when she sought an abortion in Indiana, Bernard had told the Indianapolis Star. She claimed the girl was ineligible by just 3 days to receive an abortion in her home state because of a newly imposed state ban on abortions at the first detectable fetal heartbeat. The ban was enacted shortly after the Supreme Court overturned the landmark 1973 RVW decision, which had guaranteed abortion rights in America. The Ohio heartbeat bill has no exceptions for rape or incest. I made a video when this ruling first came down, and I don't consider myself pro-abortion at all. But I did say for children and women who are R-worded, violated, and impregnated, especially little children, they should not be made to carry a child to term. Not at all. So there should be exceptions when something like that happens. Anyway, you guys, we are going to stay on top of this. They said On July 6th, the victim identified Fuentes to the authorities as the person who violated her. A week later, Fuentes was served a search warrant for a saliva sample and was taken into custody, where he confessed to violating the victim multiple times. I mean, the mother doesn't speak English. Does this guy speak English? Did he understand? Did they get an interpreter for him? You know? So there's a lot of if, and, buts in this case for now, until the fetus is tested, against him for DNA to see if he fathered this child. And like I read, they're also testing siblings. Maybe these siblings are much older than the 10-year-old. So they're also testing them to see if one of them could have impregnated her. So this is an ongoing investigation. And I'm pretty sure we will be updated soon, because it shouldn't take that long, maybe a few days, for DNA results to come back. And I really want to know, because whoever did this to her, I don't give a damn if it's some 17-year-old, you need to be put in the deepest, darkest recesses of prison, okay? Because it is horrible. And it hits close to home. I wasn't impregnated, but I was violated at 12 years old by someone that I knew. And it was very shameful and hard to come out and tell what happened. And I'll talk about it someday, but not right now. Thank God I was not impregnated. But it has stayed with me my entire life. And I do believe that it has caused me to have some depression issues, because when something like that happens, it doesn't matter how much counseling you get. It is hard to have what you think is a normal relationship. Until this day, I cannot stand the smell of liver and onions cooking together. I love onions. I can eat them with anything, but with those two things together, I get violently ill, super depressed, because the person that did it smelled like liver and onions. And this was 30 plus years ago. This child will never forget what happened to her. And it was so much worse because it happened more than once, and she was pregnant, and she had to have an abortion, another traumatic event for her. So I believe in God. He works miracles. If you believe, let's pray for her that she doesn't hold on to this for the rest of her life. Let me know what you think in the comments, you guys. See you there.